Virginia. We will see Matt Nunes eventually, but it is Thompson to start. It's Lafayette out of the Patriot League. It's Petey Lasalla winning the opening faceoff, and away we go.
Be an investment banker in New York City. He's out of the New York area, growing up in Rockville Center, Long Island, and attending Chaminade.
You gotta love the reaction from his teammates as well. Career goal number 17 for Quinn over his 5 seasons here on the grounds, and he gets the Hoos out to the 1-0.
Aims it, makes eye contact with Schellenberger, flashes his stick, and Connor puts it right on the money.
Quint, the effect starting farther up, to your point, what effect does that have on a defense and maybe a goalie as well?
Well, the defense is hedging off of him to potentially help.
Big save made by Cummins on Lasalla.
On Schellenberger.
Ed Svita has chimed in and said it looks like Q out there.
I was never close to 6 foot or 220 pounds. And I was a righty. But otherwise, it does, Ed.
Well, off the man-up marker from Lafayette, Virginia goes to work here. Final minute of this first quarter.
Big year. I call him Twinkle Toes. He's so light on his feet. I mean, the guy like floats.
His 28th of the season puts Virginia up by 2 at the end of 15 minutes in Charlottesville. Pat Meyer's team hanging tough as they've done, really.
That's what makes Matt Moore so dangerous, Mike. The speed in space, but the power in the phone booth.
Yeah, he can just do it in so many different ways, as we've seen over the course of his career.
Sophomore from Palo Alto, California. He's a huge part of this Virginia dynasty, looking for their 3rd national title. He can do a little bit of everything. He covers people, one-on-one, obviously. He's got a big impact in their riding game. He's like a free safety.
3 goals in 71 seconds from Virginia. And that's how you enhance a 2-goal lead up to 5 here. And with Petey Lasalla cooking as well at the faceoff X.
I was almost expecting a timeout from Lafayette after that last goal.
A goal and 2 assists for Matt Moore. And you were starting to talk about this earlier, Quint, that he's in a different place emotionally and as a leader right now. And you touched on it earlier. You could see it in the way he played. It jumped off the film at you.
It did. It wasn't so much like 46. You see the JC on his helmet. His stepdad is Chris Bates, the head coach at Episcopal, who lost his wife, Melissa, to brain cancer, the former head coach at Princeton. It's an incredible story. You can't help but root for players like Charlie.
Perfect
Charlie's
precision.
Mom, his mom, Melissa's got to be happy with that.
Off the face-off, a strip by Lafayette. Lasalla trying to win it back, and he does. Guy who's been playing hurt, it feels like his entire career, especially recently as well.
Petey put it behind his back. We've seen a goal from Cole Kastner, who's 6'7", 200. But everybody runs really well. And that's something that Lars Tiffany has done a terrific job of, recruiting a fast roster.
Flagged out here off the face-off with 2 to go in the second.
Like, unless you're a goal scorer, like a Peyton Cormier.
1 minute, cross check.
You see the considerable edge Virginia has with Lasalla on face-offs. A violation against him here. Does give Lafayette possession with a 6-goal margin coming up on him.
Lars Tiffany, after he's won back-to-back national championships, he seems to have found his rhythm in terms of decision-making.
Yeah, I'll say, as we start the 3rd, with Virginia again
inside.
Yeah, I love the way that Lars Tiffany put it about Nunes, is that you could go see the swing coach before the final round.
Battery that's built on the sideline, the connection that these guys have, able to play their last, meaningful game here before the playoffs, and all positives. Good things happen when you open your bench.
Speed
And then the consistency of effort throughout his career. He's now a graduate student. As I said, he's got 2 national titles, and he's pursuing the 3rd. That's why he came back. And he's going to be a top selection in the PLL draft. The ball carrier. Get the goalie to make the first move. Lehman had 5 against Bucknell, and he's most comfortable on that right-handed wing.
15 out of 18 now for Petey Lasalla, who finds Moore spinning through a horde of leopards, and they whisk it away with Cole Dutton.
Matt's flexibility and his willingness to work within the system, that 2019 championship offense was his. I mean, he was the driver of that group. In 21, he's now got a co-pilot in Connor Schellenberger and has changed his role some. And this year, dealing with the hamstring injury, you never know which shot's going to get you into that hot streak.
And a mobbing on the Virginia sideline for Matt Moore. 5 years here, a couple of titles like you mentioned, and now standing alone. They've got a saying in their program, DMGB, doesn't matter, get better. And they've also got a Stonecutter's Creed in their locker room, and they pass around an axe every week. And as Pat Meyer said to us, you never know when this little swing of the axe is going to crack the stone and lead to a huge blow.
They're strong showing tonight.
Well, here comes Gable Braun for the first time in 2 weeks, 40 in white, the #2 face-off man for Virginia, who's been battling a non-COVID illness. He didn't even travel to Central New York over the weekend.
The athletic director and the alumni base, and it asks, like, why not us? And shows people that they are serious about lacrosse. And I'm not a huge believer that bricks and mortar can put your, like the arms race is going to put you over the top. The Long Island Express North, you drive down to Long Island and sit in traffic for hours and hours to play club ball.
He's got his 2nd of the ball game. Then off the face-off, Rodriguez picks up the ground ball.
Have the ball, he knows how to get open. He gets out of the way when he should. He's just in sync with Sean Kerwin, their offensive coordinator.
Whistle off the face-off with 11:06 to go here in the 4th for Lars Tiffany's team.
Related to 50,000 because instead of like walking around knocking on doors, Paul Rodriguez actually like called corporations. And so he got that number up past $50,000 for this event that they have every fall. Paul's going to be a gigantic.
SEC Network starts with North Carolina and Pitt in year 1 under Emily Boissonneau that got the huge win yesterday against Louisville. All of that taking place in South Bend, Indiana.
Jay Alter, typically been getting the long pole. You see why. He's a key part of this team going forward. He's only a sophomore.
Gable Braun off the face-off win. Well, that's important, as you said. Develop Braun down the stretch behind Lasalla, and he's back healthy, and he's scoring for the Hoos.
Fans kicking on the bleachers. There you go. Nice tight shot of the draw. He wins the whistle. Lafayette chooses to hold. That is not to slide off the point man. And Braun takes it right down Rugby Road. Can't believe I said that.
Somewhere, Eamon McEnany rejoices. Another win for Braun. Taken away by Rushton. Ground ball is...
A couple clips, an email, they looked at it, and it set the hook, and thus began the recruiting process for Kilbride.
Yeah, they loved how athletic he was as a wide receiver in football as well. And you find...
I recommend for high school athletes, if you feel like you're not getting enough looks, whether you're a high school player or club player, maybe you live in a distant area, and keep that video short, okay? You don't want, no coach is going to sit there and watch 15 minutes. Who's this, Weyer? Or Mitch Whalen? So keep that video short, but don't be afraid to send a 1.5 or 2 minute clip.
Well, in short order there, Mitch Whalen with his first of the season.
Whalen can face off. He's option 3. He's plan C for Coach Tiffany. Ah, look at him, he carries in a little pump fake to the point man, and then straight over the top to an offside location. Junior out of Beaufort, Georgia. It's the Cavaliers Ironman test champ. That is like the combination of running and lifting, and it's their version of the CrossFit games that they have every fall. Of the stick. Shooters are so good now. You've got to impact shots at the release point.
The big 3 for Lafayette is combined.